First of all, when I started coming here, it was for solace.
And I walked into the church, and it was the most beautiful, calm, peaceful place I'd ever entered. And I instantly felt a connection, and I felt that my soul was in a place that was safe.
I come to UCV because when I first drove by this building, it said diverse beliefs, shared values out on the marquee. And I thought, that is interesting. And I appealed in, and I found out when the next service was, and I came. And I heard Stephen Epperson speak, and it changed my life. It did.
But one day, not far from the wall, Tilly saw a worm digging itself into the black earth.
I never would have dreamed that I was going to end up being a professional clergy person. My background is in academics and in the academic study of religion. It's openness. I mean, it's like a radical openness to the full spectrum of human diversity and of an encouragement and welcoming of the human search for meaning and purpose. And I've just found, it's like green light, go, no red lights, no stopping, and it's the openness, it's the non-dogmatic openness and the encouragement to that kind of deepening and exploration I find absolutely invaluable.
I was born a Unitarian, so this is home. And that could be on a Sunday morning, or it could be gardening in the middle of the week, or it could be going to a meeting on Thursday night, or it could be going to an action where Unitarians have agreed that we're going to participate in a community action to build something, or often to protest something. And the image I have is of a village, that we are a village moving through time. So we're migrating through time. And that image came from when I was in Nepal, and I saw a village of Tibetan people coming down the valley as winter was coming. And they were so happy, and they weren't in any rush. And this community, this village, is like that. We see people born, we see people die. We have diverse skills, and everybody, it's like stone soup, everybody puts in what they can.
We moved to Vancouver about 12 years ago, and I found that all of my connections to the city were only through work. I found that UCV is a place to reach out into the broader Vancouver community, meet people I would never meet of all ages, people much younger than me, people much older than me, people with experiences in other countries and places, different opinions, theological beliefs, and so forth.
Well, I come mostly for the principles. When I first saw those principles, I read them through and I thought, wow, what's not to like about these principles? And they continue, 15 years later to speak to me.
Those principles, if you will, provide a framework. They provide a table around which we can gather, but people bring different dishes, if you will. It's like a potluck, and we see the diversity of that, the diversity of life experiences, the diversity of sensibilities. We have people who are deeply humanistic, agnostic, very rational, scientific, very welcome here. Okay, and we also have people who are really, sensitive, open, mystical kind of people. Those folks also find, I think, a ready welcome in our place. And that mix, those ends and all of the bands of the spectrum in between, I think is unusual, if not unique, in the religious landscape.
Spiritual growth here means social responsibility. It means opening your mind to diverse and perhaps even unexpected viewpoints. and having dialogue.
And I like the fact that we can get together as a collective group and make more of an impact than I would as an individual.
People can't be people in a vacuum. You bounce off other people, you hear their ideas, you have discussions, you share opinions, you argue, and all this influences your own beliefs, your own ideas. It inspires you, whether it's in the same direction or in a different direction. It's like fireworks, you know? It's this is a place where the spark happens and we go out and we go boom.
I come here for my son because it brings him into contact with really interesting older people who are not teachers, really interesting and intelligent older people who are not teachers. And I think Unitarians are a sort of self-selecting group of very unusual people who have unusual experiences of religion. And I'd like him to have that sort of liberal experience, as I did.
I really didn't want to go because it just seemed boring, and Sunday school was something that I totally didn't understand. But the more I went, the more I really enjoyed it, and I stopped thinking of it as a church the way I had before when I was kind of hesitant to go, and I stopped thinking of it as something with just another thing like school, with rules and a certain way of thinking, and it started to become a really welcoming place where the point of Unitarianism is, in many ways, is that there is no set way of thinking.
As someone said the other day, you don't become a Unitarian, you discover that you are a Unitarian.
Every time I come, I discover something new about myself, about the community, and it just gives me a real sense of comfort.
Life's a mystery. We all know that. We all have questions. We're trying to find the answer, and this is a place where people come together.
We will never find it all, but that all of our life is a search, and that we are totally committed to being kind.
And genuine and connected and living in the moment, and being aware of your surroundings and the people and the community. You know, when you sing the song and hold hands together at the end of every service, there's a real sense of oneness that I've never experienced before, and yeah, it's a real blessing.